So it's been a minute, but there's been an update to Smash Remix, and Peach was shown off in the trailer. And I gotta say, the cinematics for this mod are probably some of the best that I've ever seen. Things like this are honestly the reason why I go back to Smash 64, and I'm saying that as someone who doesn't even play Smash 64 at all. I'd rather play Melee or PM, but mods like Smash Remix are really cooking right now, as it almost looks like that meme of the guy eating a 7-course meal and trying to balance all these amazing fan games that are coming out right now. They got Master Chief and Rex, okay? And then we got Smash Flash 2, and the Rex update is coming around the corner too, so keep that in mind. And this completely came out of nowhere, as they were clearly cooking in the background for these fan projects. Now Peach in this mod, this is the 2.0.0 release. Her moveset is based off of the Melee iteration, and she lacks the unique magic attacks that were introduced in Smash 4. Down smash actually is the same as Melee, except the ability to cheese with its later hits are noticeably more challenging. Other than that, the Melee moves are mostly here, and she of course has float as well as her advanced techs returning. Turnips make an obvious return as well, and I mean, it's Peach, you're going to expect that stuff, okay? And Peach, it's pretty clear that her moveset was made with a lot of love, and you gotta really respect the team making a perfect iteration of the character. Roy was also added as a quote-unquote bonus character. He was added in this update to represent the aspects of Marth that couldn't make it because of their limited available special moves, for example. And Roy is obviously going to pull from the ultimate iteration of the character because that's the best iteration of Roy. And of course, Roy has his shield breaker, which is extremely rewarding. People are debating on if the shield breaker is broken or not. I'll let you be the judge. It actually charges up a lot faster. As far as new characters go, Crash is also the 9th character added to Smash Remix, and he has not been playable in a single official Smash game to this day. And he also has his own slot on the character select screen, like characters like Conquer and Marina. So he represents an unrepresented series. Crash's animations are also peak. These are probably some of the best animations I've seen yet. This is really, just look at this. Even his idle animations, his clapping animations, his animations when you just click him on the character select screen, they're all great. And this is also a moveset where he was crafted into a strong, aggressive rush style character. And he feels more unique compared to previous iterations of Crash that I've seen from other fan games. And the attention to detail in this iteration is really in its own league. So his dash has him sliding. It's a really strong move because it links into his other tools really quickly, and he allows him to slide on stage. Down air is really interesting as Crash will bounce off the opponents indefinitely, which is a really strong move. Neutral B can also be used for comboing into itself, and down special also allows him to barrel into the ground, and you can use it to avoid attacks and then pop out. And Dr. Luigi was added in this update. This is obviously a reference to Rex and Smash Remix. It is literally the same exact iteration, and they actually work together on adding this version of the character to this game. So he's actually on the character select screen. A lot of people are just calling him Luigi, but way better, and he has some elements from the character that are completely unique to him that invalidate Luigi in a lot of ways, like having more powerful KO attacks and a slightly better recovery. He also has a lot better aerial drift, and I think this is also going to go a long way for the character. And also his down B is buffed. It's pretty similar to Smash 4 Luigi or any other modern day version of the character, and forward air and down air are also really beefy. So far, Roy, Lucas, Dark Samus, and Dr. Luigi are currently up for the tournament scene, but you'll have to decide. Feedback will truly decide if they're allowed to be used in tournament. It's going to be up to the community if these characters are allowed or not. Also, there's a really nice termination letter right here, so Luigi got fired. Lanky Kong being added felt completely left field, as I'm sure most people were not expecting a Kong character, maybe Diddy Kong, but not Lanky Kong. His animations are incredible. He feels extremely goofy and there's a lot of charm and charisma because, again, he's the best Kong. But he's most likely a low tier character because many of his moves lack strong hitbox placements. He's really slow and laggy, but he does have plenty of reach. His dash attack has a hilarious hitbox and even goes all the way back. Back air also has some really strong range, but it's pretty weak, and up smash and up air are also really lackluster. Forward air is one of his KO moves, and air he swings his arm around, and down air is similar to Wario's, and down special he slightly increases his run speed and also increases attack time by 4 frames. It also gives him another taunt though, so this gives him some points for sure. Now he's broken though. His up special is actually really unique. If he gets hit out of it, he can fly around, and then it can be really difficult to actually hit him. It's a really weird, quirky up special. It's probably one of the weirdest I've seen in the game. And Supersonic has a new neutral special where he goes flying, and yes, just look at him go. And if you hold neutral B, he gets to approach and use it to recover. Up special is basically a Mewtwo teleport now where you can just spam it over and over and over. He's supposed to be broken, okay? And it's another super cool broken down special that's Chaos Control, and this comes out at frame 1, and it's a multi-hit attack. It's like a multi-hit shine. Other characters get plenty of balance changes, but my favorite is Dark Samus's new down special. This is a really cool call out to the boost ball as it forces Dark Samus to accelerate. And also there's a lot of new stages in this update that just look absolutely incredible. Some of these are probably some of the best modded stages I've seen, not just for Smash Remix, but compared to a lot of other mods out there. This is some really unique stuff, and I like the ideas on a lot of these stages, as they have a lot of them that are for the casual community, but I think also the competitive community is going to like as well. Yes, I know we all like playing on Dreamland, but now Smash Remix has pages of pages of pages of stages, so you're not going to get bored. So other things have been released in this update, like new game modes. There's actually a basketball game mode. Yes, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Some of the best custom stages period in this mod. So if you want mini games, you got that. As far as the characters that have been released in between this update, I know I didn't go over them in a previous video, but Banjo-Kazooie is in this game as well, and his moves are pulled from the Smash Ultimate iteration of the character, but their special moves have been replaced, and this has been ultimately reworked compared to how it functioned in Ultimate, as yes, many people would have killed for Banjo to be in Smash 64, or just Smash in general, and the fact that 64 gets to really show this off in a really well-made way just makes a lot of people's childhood dreams come true. And I swear if Rare wasn't bought out by Microsoft, we probably would have seen that, but you know, yeah, about that. Isu Bumaru is essentially an Echo Fighter of Goemon, and he's also called Baby Cloud because, I mean, just look at this up here. But this character is basically really similar to Goemon, but he's actually just banned in tournament because he's basically just better than him. And also Dragon King was introduced in a previous update. This character also recently got put into Smash Rex. This is a really cool idea as far as using a Smash 64 cut character that was being drafted by Sakurai. It didn't end up making the cut, obviously, because this was back in the day when they didn't know if Smash was going to be able to use Nintendo IP at the time. So that's when Dragon King was born, and he's easily some of the most fun character concept I've ever played in this game, as he's basically like Captain Falcon, but if you made him just 10 times better, okay? So some of my favorite moves are just his attacks, his forward smash. Just look at this hitbox placement. And I recommend just playing this mod just to experience Dragon King, as he is super, super fun. And yes, of course, there is a Pepsi Man skin. He ended up making it into Rex too, and they actually collabed in order to bring him into that game, and they actually gave him a new side special, which, you know, for those who don't know, in Smash 64, they don't have side specials, so they actually made one for this mod too. But anyways, that is Smash Remix. It's really doing well these days, and they're really cooking up stuff for the Nintendo 64. In my opinion, mods like this really breathe life into these type of games, especially if you're not familiar with them. It's a good way to bring people into the scene, so people like me who, you know, haven't played Smash 64 in a long time can actually really enjoy a new twist on the game. Long live Dragon King, baby. Also, make sure to subscribe. If you guys want to get videos early, there's also channel memberships down below and a Discord. Also, if you want to subscribe, seriously, it means a lot. If you want to hit the button down below, there it is. Thank you. Take care and have a good one.